everyone, welcome to another episode of Gone Rogue. And in this episode of Gone Rogue, I'm going to talk about how where we need to recognize where we are with ourselves. That's right. In this episode of Gone Rogue, I'm going to talk about how we need to recognize where we are, because sometimes we get consumed in what we do and forget of trying to recognize that this is something do we want to do or do we not want to do, or in this case I want to do or I do not want to do. Because I've seen many stories, I've heard many stories where people fail to recognize where they are in life, and they're just consumed with doing one thing and not thinking about the outlook of where they are in their, whether it's in their career or whether it's in life. And how do we try to recognize that where we are and where we are in our life or career or path that we are on? The one way, my way, that is, on how to recognize that where we are in life is that we take a step back and examine of what we have been through. Pretty sure that this pandemic, from once this pandemic started in March of 2020, and it's been going on for at least 2 years, at least like 24 months. People who lost their jobs, and people who figured out that this wasn't it, took a step back and examined of what we try to do. And since we're moving away from the pandemic and going back to our daily lives, we're starting to forget that recognizing of, is this the right path? Am I on the right path? Because what I've noticed that the pandemic has given us lots of time to think about where we are in life, whether we want to quit on a job or lose a job, and just trying to figure things out. That's what being under lockdown is for. And since everything is opening back up, we're going to forget that we need to take time to examine ourselves, because we're consuming of doing one thing and remembering of trying to step back once in a while and examine if we're on the right path. If I am on the right path or not. Just trying to say is that it's always a good just to take time off and reevaluate of what we want to do, because as months later move on from going away from the pandemic, things are going to go back to normal. During the pandemic, we've seen so many people who just resign from their job or resign from our job or find new opportunities, and that is the way that we should be open to. And it's called, thinking on my head, it was called the Great Resignation. That the Great Resignation have changed many things about how we look at ourselves and our careers. And we should be open of trying to take chances instead of trying to have a stable life. At this point in my career, I really enjoy what I do. Really enjoy of what I am doing more than what I was doing before the pandemic. So I am blessed to be where I am right now. That wonder if that will have the same vibe 2 more years later, because this is one of my fears, is that you're going to be stuck at one place because you're just not open of trying to take a step back and re-examine. And that's all I want to say. Just hope anybody, just want to share my life advice. If anybody has would find this helpful. So the Great Resignation has taught us that there's no one straight path. There are many different ups and downs that you have to go through. And I know that there are people that don't want to go through ups and downs. And maybe we should ask ourselves, is going through ups and downs worth it at the end of the day? And I'm sure on my end, I know being able to go through those ups and downs during the pandemic and living with the end result, which I'm happy with. I know everything was worth it. So so just want to create trying to be more provocative in this episode of Gone Rogue. And hopefully the Great Resignation, the time during the Great Resignation where people were re-examining themselves and their careers keeps on going post-pandemic, because COVID, the pandemic, it's just more than a virus. It really changed the whole world. This pandemic really changed everything on how we approach things, and the new normal. That's the typical saying that we use now. This is the new normal, whether you like it or not. So, that's all I want to say for this episode of Gone Rogue. Hopefully, if anybody find this, the advice I want to share helpful, please utilize the comment section below. So that's about it for this episode of Gone Rogue. If you like this video, please give this video a super huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below what you think about this episode of Gone Rogue. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that's on this channel. And thank you for watching Gone Rogue, and I will see you on next one.